TV antenna.
What's the question?
What is it? What's wrong with that? There's something wrong with that. That's supposed to be a type F connector for American TVs.
Except the box doesn't say anything at all about American TVs.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Unfortunately,
He can hear us.
Hi, Art.
I thought you started at 5 o'clock, Leroy.
Oh,
we were having too much fun. We had some goats in here and they was
I
all over the place.
thought we were still at 5:30. I could have started. We don't actually get in the room until 5 o'clock, so it would be a little after anyway to get everything set up.
Yeah, we got a serious quandary here.
These goats are liars.
We had a serious confab here. My new TV antenna plug has got a type F connector on it, but the center pin is almost as big as a RCA center pin, RCA connector center pin, not quite that big.
Maybe European TVs or.
What kind of a connector is it?
It looks like a type F with a RCA connector center pin. It's too big. The type Fs are normally just a wire, the center pin of wire.
Yeah.
See that right there?
Yep, I see it.
See how big that center pin is?
Yeah, the shell looks a little larger than usual too.
LOGY.
Yeah, Leroy's thinking it's a PAL.
That's very possible.
Been there many, many, many times.
The box does not say anything at all about American. It's all European. It's on the box.
Mhm.
Well, then I think that's a dead certain and it's a PAL.
So you just need to get a PAL to a F connector.
It's German, right?
It looks like it's French, Italian,
Sprechen Sie
and
Deutsch?
something
Ah, you
else.
probably sprechen Deutsch. Wij zijn there.
Again, because
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
my wife speaks.
And you know,
Where'd this thing come from?
they
China.
China.
I mean, you ordered something electronic in the mail. Where did it come from? Oh, I'm not sure.
No, I mean, what vendor did it come from?
eBay.
China. It's in English. Small.
75 on serial connectors, center plug. Oh yeah. They were just talking about that. Taking
Hey,
pictures of it.
Usually 75 ohm is just the wire. Maybe they tend it, but it's usually just the wire.
Okay. I'll send them that and then they'll send me a question back, send me a picture and I'll say, okay, I'll be ready next time. Yeah. I just got my money back on my 220 watt amplifier. They went bad and I got a 300 watt amplifier and I got it set up and it's working now. So they had 6% returns on it. The other one, they had 17% returns. Yeah, so now you can get 300 watts. I think it's probably about 40 watts. 40 now on a good day, maybe 30 watts.
F-type female to PAL. So presumably there's a PAL to F-type female as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Leroy found one.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
approximately $4.24. Yeah.
Plus another $4 to have it shipped from Australia. You can find them in the state. Guaranteed you can find them in the state somewhere.
Oh, this is not my problem. This is their eBay's problem.
How? They sent you what you ordered?
No, I just ordered one I'm in the United States. It didn't say this doesn't fit, doesn't say for European sets. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, they'll fix it. Well,
I know
I may
eBay
end up with
can
two
either
of
way.
them, but sometimes you have to clip it off and put one on.
Yeah, it's still 75 ohms, so it would work.
The wires are probably pretty small to clip something off like that.
Oh, I was just thinking, get a piece of regular coax and jam it in there.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah,
work.
solder it on there, solder the shield on, away you
Yeah.
go. And not like I
Add
didn't
this
have.
much length to it and you're good.
So my Spectrum 3D TV guy came out. Okay, I had trouble with my box. I couldn't change the end date, the end time of a program record, a DVR on the DVR.
Okay.
Football games, you need to do that. I couldn't do it. It's been that way since I got it 2 years ago. Okay, so I said, okay, well, we can't fix that in that box. Okay, I'd send you another box. Send me another box, plugged it in. Hey,
It's the exact same box.
there was a new box. Oh, it's a nice box. It has composite video out on it, PY and that sort of stuff. Which is, I like that because I got a rabbit. But anyhow, it doesn't work. And it says got an error message. I sent them the error message. I'm getting this error message. I plug it in, it boots. I'm getting an error message. Okay. So finally, let's send the technician out. Okay, send the technician out. He stumble bums around, check the signal. Signal's good. You got a amplifier? Yeah, I think I do. Well, there was one. No, it's out. They took it out. Okay, well, that's good. It was, they had just not connected it to their system. You have to go through and connect this box. I said, I can see it. Your device, your software is saying, there it is. Is this a unit? And I said, yes, it is. And it's supposed to set it up. Guess what? It didn't set it up. Okay. All that was
Just a Tuesday inspection.
it's a goat. They had a lot of goats there too. They're chasing goats all day. So the Spectrum is just like the old Time Warner cable.
We've had Spectrum for about 5 years now. And overall, they've been pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Really?
We're getting about 270 and down. And we're paying for 200. So can't complain about that.
$270.
No, 270.
Megabit
Yes.
download.
Oh, okay.
Transfer.
Oh yeah, I found out all the stations that I watch, just about all of them are on Sling. Okay, the only one they don't have that I watch is Fox Business, which I like. So, but Sling is $35 a month. Be aware. And they got the DVR, they got 50 hours a month included with that. So that's a pretty good deal. Except for the Fox Business part. Got Bravo, Discovery. You can get your choice between the ESPN and ESPN2, or you can get the NFL package, which the NFL package has Fox News on it. If you get the college games, which all my college games come on regular channels anyway. So yeah, it looks like Sling may be here. And that way you do it, they don't care who the provider is. Also this month, T-Mobile has come down $10 on their G router for your home. It's down $10 to $50 a month.
Test isn't bad if you've got ad block installed. Have you tried fast.com?
That's the one that Netflix uses, right?
Yeah.
135 up though. That's insane.
Yeah.
Show more info, gives you the upload speed.
As I mentioned here before, my friend has Google Fiber in Kansas City. He's complaining because he only gets 980 down.
When he should get 1,000, right?
Yeah. He said he can tell when the problem isn't at his end, it's at the other end.
When we first got Cincinnati Bell, there was a 500 megabit connection. And at one point I wanted to download a ISO file for Red Hat Linux. And I thought something was broken because I just couldn't seem to download it. And then I realized I've got like 9 copies of it in my downloads folder because it's coming through in under a minute.
Oh, where did my hard drive space go? Oh.
Yeah, that's where.
I haven't checked mine lately, but it
Yes, and excuse me, it works fine, except that my head's not big enough. You have a problem. Anybody interested?
I've got like 5 of these things now.
if nobody else wants it,
Which one is this? Oh, it costs, not bad.
Oh, yeah, what kind of connector got on it?
USB.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you need it?
Nope.
Okay.
not USB.
I have yet to plug one of those into a Linux box and have it not work.
Yeah.
Fit you what you have, perfect. Like a submarine controller.
I am now controlling you. Can flip it up. I don't want to talk anymore.
Well, it's brand new out of the box, it's given to me. And the little plastic tab on the other side comes down and hits me right in the middle of the ears.
Oh,
Terribly uncomfortable.
Yeah, this, and it's not
No, it's
really?
sort of adjustable.
yeah, well, I adjusted it all the way down and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's not at all comfortable, is it? If it's sitting up on my hat, it's all right.
We need the connector that has the URL and it has a password built into it, man. Geez, I have to do the password too.
Yeah, well, it didn't give me that URL this
Bummer.
time. Oh, look here, Art found something.
Yeah, that link shows you the PAL connector.
Yep, we need the opposite of that, but it should be able to be found.
Well, that's on Amazon, so I'm assuming if it exists, it's available.
It is. We found it on eBay from here. Share the screen. Share the screen.
They also have converters PAL to
This is the one we need to make it.
yeah.
But that's coming from Australia. So I'm sure if we search around enough, we'll find the right one. Probably on Amazon.
Yeah, there's a whole page of them there. I just picked out one.
But things are broken. Something happened. Wait, there it goes. Okay. Oh,
You can, if you've got a password, you can turn off the waiting.
okay. Mute.
I got it.
You can
I-
also turn it so that people joining are muted to start.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, but it's a little late. I made a bunch of them now, so.
Mhm.
For some reason, when I join, it automatically mutes me and disables the video. And neither one of those are options I selected, so. I don't know. I'm not, I don't know why it would do it for the host and not everybody else, but whatever.
Well, when I join it, first it asked me if I minded it's being recorded, and then it asked me, and then it's muted and the video's off, and then I have to turn those on. So that's the default setup, I think.
I don't know. I know that when I went to try to clone this a bunch of times, I did something weird and I cloned it 7 times over the next year and a half, but only 7 times. So I had to go back and fix it.
Okay.
So it's still a work in progress. We'll work out the kinks, so it'll be all right.
Do you have the latest version of Zoom?
Not on this one.
Okay.
Uh,
They released 5.8 or something like that this morning. So
oh,
and mine,
No.
knock wood, works without a hitch. Having said that, I'm sure it'll immediately go down.
I will download it, but I'm not going to install it until later. I didn't even check today when I started this, so
We're just in the middle of a puzzle.
yeah, that's true. We were in the middle of stuff. I usually check this stuff like last night or the night before. And I just didn't do it. Too many other things going on.
So Leroy, you appear to have recovered from your malaise of last week.
I feel much better. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think it was just the,
Well, we say that every week.
yeah, I think it was just the groups. Patty did not feel well. Patty really did not feel well last week at all. And I may have just been sympathizing with her, had the husband being sick kind of deal too. But all I know is I didn't feel good last week. I feel much, much better now.
Good.
Patty feels a lot better now. Don't know what was wrong. Could have just been the change of the season, who knows?
Well, had you had the grandkids over, a lot of times they're disease vectors.
Yeah, they're carriers. We know it. Just tell it like it is. They're carriers.
The
Petri dishes with feet.
Yeah.
the 6-year-old, I get her every other day now that she's in school. To be honest, she didn't feel real well either, so it is entirely possible that she just was passing something around.
They're confusing the heck out of me, man. Dang. Too many mics. That's another mic, isn't it? Jeez, there are mics everywhere. Come out of the woodwork.
You have coffee there?
Yeah.
Where you?
The machine.
The machine is working?
Yeah, it was half hour ago. No.
I need a break.
The machine is only sort of working. I ended up with Mountain Dew today,
And that's not normal.
and that's not a normal thing.
No, yeah, cats. Yeah.
Can you use dollar bills?
It's,
Just
yeah.
coins.
Well, you won't have any trouble keeping awake tonight, that's for sure.
That takes $1.
Mountain Dew is high in caffeine.
And I rarely drink Mountain Dew
I'll be
because
back.
it's also very sweet. It's got a very sweet taste to it. I don't know.
How you doing?
Yeah, I think it has like double or triple the amount of caffeine as Coke has or Pepsi has.
At least.
Pretty high. Well, I had a stroke.
Ooh,
Oh, join the club.
are you all right?
Yeah.
Doing better?
Um,
Doing?
1st of August, I was laying down on the floor because my back was kind of bothering me and had my work clothes on, was ready to go out and do some weeding. Went to get up.
Not so much, huh?
Because my hands and arms did not.
I just lost one arm and one hand, yeah. One arm and one leg.
Well, I was very fortunate. It was all motor control, no sensory, and no cognitive. And within a few days, I was able to print and walk. And then they went in 11 days later with carotid artery surgery. And that I went in on the 10th and they said, we have an opening tomorrow. Okay, ask a few questions and did it because they were afraid that there would be a surge of COVID patients and I would be pushed back. And I was quite surprised. They said that if you don't have the carotid artery surgery, within 6 weeks, there's a 25% chance of another stroke, which could have been much worse. But I feel extremely lucky, fortunate.
Carotid artery, where's that? By the heart? Or what they call it that? Oh, okay.
Right under the.
Oh.
When I first got home, I thought I'm gonna have to go as a pirate for Halloween. With a cutlass. I was at the eye doctor's today and she said, well, what side was the surgery on? I thought, well, must have healed pretty good. But now they're talking.
I'll tell you where you get shipped off to if they have, because they had COVID. I had COVID when mine. They shipped me up to Dayton to the old folks home.
Really?
They had a ward set up. Put me in there.
was,
Everybody there had COVID.
I was fortunate that I had previously been vaccinated. I've gotten my booster now. The number of people they want you to see, it's like, God, I've got appointments going to the end of November for this and that and this and this. Oh, by the way, you need to see those. I must have had 25 appointments since
Yeah, I'm looking, I'm 85% back, 85, 90% back. Yeah. I couldn't, I was on the floor. Ooh.
Well, my signature is not exactly the same as it was before.
Oh.
But you couldn't read it before, so you can't read it now. So.
Yeah, hard to tell everybody.
My wife still does not want me to get up on the roof.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, on me on the roof anyway. Hey, all right, how's your surgery doing?
Very good. The glue that they used, they don't use external stitches apparently. They use glue and it's starting to peel off, and that's kind of annoying, but apparently it takes a while to come loose. The skin under it has got to die off, and then it peels off just like a scab, except that it's glue. But other than that, I have no discomfort. I have to watch what I lift. So far so good, as the guy falling past the 42nd floor says.
Yeah.
That glue does peel off nicely though. It took about 3 days for mine to peel off.
Oh, I'm at 2 weeks. This is my belly button, and so there's a lot of crevasses and so forth and so on. So there's a lot of places for it to catch.
But I was leading into the next item that I have, which is an antenna rotating, rotator for a rooftop antenna.
Ooh,
It was manufactured in 78.
Master. Probably channel master.
I don't know who manufactured it. Apparently the brake has failed on that. And so every time we go to, we get over the air channels, we go to look and when there or there, or there. And so we got to fiddle with the rotator to try to find the signal strength again. And I purchased a replacement because I really don't want to take it apart. I took it apart about 3 years ago and lubricated it. Everything seemed to be working fine. I don't think I damaged it in my repair. But truly it's not going to get on the roof and work on the 1978 rotator. I don't. So anybody interested in an antenna rotator?
Probably not these days. I'm, if I was still landing it, I had one that was 30 years old.
Use a big school and put over the rotator and use in Halloween.
Oh,
Look around.
with a big spotlight.
A big
Yeah,
monster.
I need to put one of my cameras on it. That's right.
Yeah.
This is heavy enough duty that you could do that because this it's handling the 16-foot mast on top of the rotator.
Wow. It must be the bell type. Is it the bell type, bell shaped, or is it the square type?
It's got a flat portion that goes up with the antenna mast fastens to, and the bottom is circular.
Hmm.
You know, when I take it down, I'm not going to.
Okay, I'll think about that. If I get a ham, if I go back ham, yeah, that's perfect ham rotator. What kind of indicators? Got a pointer or lights?
The control mechanism has a dial and an indicator. And you rotate that around and it gets feedback from the position. And it's click, 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 and turns around to work. Except what's happening now is the antenna is rotating and it doesn't correspond with the indicator. Well, it's either 180 degrees off or it's like negative 180 degrees off. The rotator itself will rotate at full 365 without a stop, but the control box only does 364 or 360. You have to cool the machine in order to get it to be convinced you're on the other side of it.
Yeah, you missed last week. Barry gave away weather radios. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Good
1970
weather.
something.
Just for good weather, bad weather doesn't work.
I grew up in Kansas City, and people from Kansas, when the people come on and say, "Take cover now, there's a tornado approaching your location," we run outside to see if we can see it. People from Pennsylvania,
Sorry, wrong state.
when people in Pennsylvania say there might be a severe thunderstorm, they're in the basement with canned goods and water.
When I hear that there's a tornado, I go out on my porch going, where? I want to see it.
Yeah.
I've seen a few.
A UV6R.
High quality stuff there.
Gotta love the Bofang flashlights.
Yeah. I don't even remember how to turn it on.
What do you use this for?
I honestly don't.
Okay. This one? Yes. It's that one. That was transmitting out to everywhere. I hit the alarm button,
Yeah,
the second button down here.
okay,
If you hold that for like 2 seconds, it
I'll keep that in mind.
does that.
But that's the trouble with those new boxes. Oh, the controls are, they're way past me. I'm too old for those things, man. The kids are right up their alley.
Ooh, now we got a flashing
Whoa.
flashlight.
That's the one
Makes
thing.
sense.
Oh, flat emergency. Oh, yeah.
You got a,
A friend of mine has one of those, and he's convinced that Windows broke his cable.
oh, because the drivers are installed correctly.
Yeah.
correctly?
And I'm like, that makes no sense to me. But I was gonna go over and I have a known working radio and a known working cable. I just reinstalled Chirp to make sure that I
Yeah.
really can talk to it.
He probably has the wrong drivers installed.
He's in Linux too, but he tried to use it in Windows. And he said it started to work and then stopped. And he said he did some research and found out that Windows can break the cable.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
Really?
I've read that before. Some of those cables were using knockoff prolific chips.
Okay,
Straight up 100% bad chips. So the prolific driver checks to verify that it's a real chip before it installs. And if it's not a real chip, it will write something to the driver to disable the driver. Yeah, it was a big deal. And the Chinese came out with a driver to fix it, but it's a pain to deal with because you have to actually get rid of the good prolific drivers completely to use the bad prolific drivers. So he's probably right. It probably did do something funky to his cable.
It did not come with a certificate of authenticity.
Yes, yeah. I had a similar thing. Luckily, Linux still knew how to do it, but I had a similar thing with one of the cables. It had one of the bad cables, and at the time, the only software to program the radio was with Windows. And as soon as I plugged it in, it disabled that cable.
really?
So it really didn't affect the cable directly, but the driver.
Well, as soon as I realized what it had done, I unplugged the cable. So I may have unplugged it before it had a chance to disable the cable.
The prolific chips were very expensive.
Yeah.
Now you can use the CH 340 for 20 cents or something.
Yeah.
And they work very nice with all the operating systems.
That's probably why Prolific was getting after the Chinese for knocking them off in the
I
first
don't
place.
use them since that problem. Windows did that, removing the functionality of the copies of the police. So was a problem.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of all the drivers from Prolific from the computer to gain communications again. So I hate. Many people complain about that way of behaving, you know, because a lot of customers don't know that they buy a product with a copy of Prolific.
Right.
So they lose their functionality in any product.
Yep.
So
It was a
think
big
they-
problem.
But I think they removed this thing after that.
I don't know, the one cable that I had, it was just recently that acted really funky inside the windows. It
The
says
first-
in
the
Linux
first
it
cables
works.
I got was from smartphone and other fruit, and they were expensive, $10 or so. But then appeared the Chinese copies, and you start to buy the Arduinos that cost $3, and I include a prolific copy of the chip. So
I don't remember. Just avoid that whole problem.
Yeah, well,
we are in the bring your toy section, because I have a toy here.
yes, you have a toy. Bring a toy.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's a robot.
RoboCop.
Robo Cub.
Yeah, it looks a little different upside down, yeah.
I bought this thing a month ago in a place like eBay, but it's different, for $30. And bought gearboxes in the legs are broken. So I use some UV curing glue this afternoon to fix them, but they won't last. Okay, it's just for the demo. This about here.
I like the Mars and Bust.
Okay. So you can go forward, back, right, and left. And it has a bunch of messages.
Oh, it's you again. What you doing? Hey there. Yo, dude. Yo.
Yo,
I'm a little robot. Da, 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 da. Hello, hello, hello.
hello, hello, hello.
You look familiar. What's happening? You're my best friend.
Ah,
How do you do?
I've always wanted a robot to be my best friend.
Hello up there.
I love her.
Excuse me. Hey. I think I'm lost.
They did some cute work on it.
Move it. Hello, I'm over here. Coming through. Hiya. Beep, 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 beep. Danger, danger.
Oh,
I'm not lost, I'm just exploring.
they missed the opportunity to send Will Robinson.
Will take me to your leader.
They probably couldn't.
Walk this way.
Trying to get the info.
Not bad, that's cute.
Oh, it's you again. What you doing? Hey there. Yo, dude. Yo.
So what are you gonna do with this thing?
Huh?
What are you
I'm a
gonna do
little
with it?
robot.
Just
Da, da, da.
play with it like this?
I think Leroy wants it.
They were very expensive. They used to sell in airports, in the stores, what's the name of those stores?
Sharper image.
Sharper Image. Yeah. The Sharper Image.
Ah,
They
Ah,
used to cost like $100 or something.
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Sharper image, you know,
Yeah.
maybe that's just chunk change for them.
It's a neck, you know.
So, let's see. You can leave it there.
Cool.
I like
Yeah,
the
that's
screen
pretty
eyes.
good. Pretty good.
Is it 2.4 gigahertz? What is it transmitting with?
Probably 900, I would guess.
Does it say on the box?
27 megahertz.
27 megahertz?
Yeah, well, that's way back
It,
there.
it should say somewhere.
It would. Made in America.
27 megahertz is the old 11 meter band.
Like a couple.
Well, originally there were a lot of them had the CD ones with the super regen transceivers. Yeah. Those were the bad old days.
Both gearboxes have the same problem. There's a tiny plastic gear that is split. It's the one that suffered the most strain. So I use like UV glue to put together and UV light, but it's a matter of minutes.
Transmitter doesn't say anything. Nothing.
Right.
Oh yeah. FCC part 15.
Does it have an FCC number on it?
Yeah. Mini dash 51686.
I don't think that was it.
I don't think
No,
that's
it's
it. I don't think that's the FCC.
SI6, says FCC ID mini dash 51685.
685.
Yeah.
You have double eight there. That's the range.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Can't be 5.
I doubt that's 5 gigahertz. Let me see the remote, please.
Sometimes if you look inside the battery compartment, they'll have a code in there.
SI. SI, not 5.
Oh,
It's all right.
You know, it's SI 685.
It's the same. It's the same. Let's see if somebody just.
Use the word Robocop frequency.
COP, COP,
Cop.
COP.
No, that's Cub. It's Cub.
Oh, Cub. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It looked like that when
Oh,
it was
sure.
upside down.
Robocop, small size. What?
They don't have any.
Maybe in the box.
Well, that is not helpful at all.
It's Cub. Cub. Oh, sorry.
It's Cub, right? It keeps.
Sorry.
It keeps going back to Cup, but it's Cub.
There's a PD wiki.
There is a new model with a camera here. A camera in this point,
Oh,
more expensive. New model, maybe 10 years old. You know.
They didn't care
I'm
what
not-
frequency it was, it works. That's all I care, it works, don't worry about it.
I'm not seeing any.
Looks like there aren't many matches.
Purple Cup Junior.
That's something.
There's a circuit board down there.
Sharper image.
Yeah. See, this is the, there's the PDF. I'm not seeing anything good. Not seeing any of the stuff. Let's include art, because art needs to be included. Worth point, that will tell you how much this thing's worth. Hit click, that's a picture. Old robots, let's see if old robots has any.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but I don't really see any thing that says what the frequency would be. Do not do this and do not do that. Somewhere, someplace, there has to be an FCC ID number. I don't see it anywhere.
It had a FCC ID number, but
Copyright 2001. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still voting for 27 megahertz. I think it's so much of the inexpensive remote control stuff that was in that.
Maybe the garage frequency 450,
Yeah,
because it's just 4 switches, you know, forward, back, right,
not
left,
many.
and voice.
It's in my, let's see if this changes anything. That is the main part of the code. 685. Grant code invalid. Well, that's because. Let's try this. MNISI 685. There we go. This is we're getting closer. 685, right there.
Got it. 26.96 to 27.28.
Yep.
oh, sure
Yep.
is.
Sure enough.
How about that?
Amazing.
2001, okay.
What's the frequency?
20, right here,
CB,
Yeah, I think that's
27.
4 or something.
they're up below 27, so 27 would be the
Oh,
start of
it's
the
you
hand.
again. What you doing? Hey there,
Hi,
yo, dude.
What
Yo,
what up?
I'm a little robot. Da-da-da.
Yeah, I know. You know who would love that? The 6-year-old would love that. I know
Hello,
you're
hello,
on
hello.
on the carpet though.
You look familiar.
About 10
Rolls
years ago,
surprisingly straight.
My wife's grandmother had a number of medical problems. She was in
What
her
happened?
90s. And because I was
got
retired,
working.
whenever she had a problem, I ended up getting her to
You're my best friend.
get admitted to the hospital.
How do you do?
And
Hello up there.
she woke up in the middle of the night and looked at me.
Excuse
How
me?
come I always
Hey.
get you?
I think I'm on.
Not bad audio,
Happy you're good.
yeah.
Move it.
They're past Darth Vader.
Hello, Eggling. I'm over here. Coming through.
Did you say it had a camera in it?
That's another version of
Or another video?
The new model. You broke it.
Beep, 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 beep.
I give the cat's hell with that thing. Tell you what.
Danger, danger. I'm not lost. I'm just watch out. Take me to your leader.
You need a pencil or something, pen.
Walk this way. Oh, it's you again.
Put a little flag out there. I have conquered Earth.
What you doing? Hey there, I'm a little robot. Da-da-da-da. I'm a little robot. Da-da-da.
Pretty good D-Day, yeah, not bad.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Cross between our two, you do a frog.
Yeah. It's kind of, the hood is kind of like Robbie,
That,
the original Robbie.
that radio can only be programmed in Windows. It doesn't, Chirp doesn't support it,
Sorry.
unfortunately. But it's quite a significant,
You look familiar.
more advanced radio than the both of those.
You mean you can't get
What happened?
$400?
Almost $400. And it's obsolete. They came out with a new model 3 months after I bought this
You're
one
my best friend.
with more memory and more capacity. Really ticked me off.
But that's
How do you do?
always the case.
Yeah, I know. If I would buy the new model, 3 months after I bought it, there would be something better.
I'm reminded of a friend of mine who dated a girl in high school who was late on every date, but she was not late from the appointed time of the day. She was late from when he arrived to pick her up. So if they were gonna be, if he was supposed to pick her up at 7, and he showed up at 7:15, it'd still be a half an hour. It was a half an hour more than he arrived.
Never you sure, yeah, okay.
So
Sounds
I'm
fair.
thinking the same thing, that it doesn't matter when you buy it, 3 months after the day you buy it, it's gonna be supplanted.
Yeah.
That reminds me of I don't remember what show it was, but there was a show on TV where the girl was getting ready for a date. I think it was Futurama, maybe. The chick was getting ready for a date and she was dressed, she was done, she was ready to go. The dude showed up and she said, "I'll be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, they do that on purpose.
I had a thought, not related to that, but just a minute earlier on my way here, actually, the first time. How is it that somebody that can remember the dates for 400 people's birthdays and what their favorite color is and make plans so well cannot remember to get in this lane to make a turn in half a mile?
Different kind of memory.
Do not start with me. No. Gail solves that. She just wait till she's there, and then she gets in the lane.
Yeah. Yeah,
You guys want to see my new toy?
sure.
Whichever one of my new toys. I picked this up at the flea market last weekend. It is a kangaroo. Yes, no one's ever heard of kangaroo. Smart camera, or not smart camera. It's not smart at all. It's a doorbell camera.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
The guy I got it from, it was brand spanking new. He wanted $25 for it. I said, well, since you've never heard of kangaroo, I've never heard of kangaroo. Sell it to me for less, and he did. Not a whole lot less, but less. It actually works. It's got a little annunciator that talks. It tells you how to pair it, how to set it up, how to do everything. It goes to sleep. It will only connect to 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. It goes to sleep. It runs on 3 AA batteries. If it sees motion, it wakes up, sends a picture. Actually, it sends like 5 pictures, and then goes back to sleep unless somebody hits the button. So the biggest, it's not real high resolution, and it's only 160-degree picture.
It's not bad.
But
Yeah, 160 is not bad,
okay,
but the resolution might be.
the resolution,
640 by 480.
the resolution's
That's
not
pretty good.
great. It actually, I think it's closer to 720.
Oh,
It's not. Its problem is
For that angle, you need
when
more
it
resolution.
sees motion, it starts capturing right then. It doesn't wait for the motion to settle, so you get a bunch of blurry pictures. So that's in my mind, that's a problem, because you want to actually see a clear picture, not a
Fuzzy.
just put a picture, a sign above it that says hold still so we can.
stop, do not move. But
But you
Um,
can change the delay between detection and picture.
no, not that I've seen.
And hence why. I thought-
The other, I mean, nobody has heard of kangaroo. They claim they're a security company, blah, blah, blah. They keep emailing me, won't you sign up for this? And then you're on the free account, won't you do this? Your free account, because you bought a brand new camera, you get advanced protection for free. I don't care, I just want a camera, you know?
Yeah.
Stop emailing me all this stuff. And my other problem, my door is metal. And I don't really want to drill into it because I live in an apartment now.
Mhm.
So I haven't quite figured out how to actually mount it.
Silicone. Silicone.
Well, is your door ferrous, so it's magnetic?
It is, but I'm afraid that if I stick a magnet on there, somebody will just be able to pull it right off without too much effort.
You would be able to if you stuck it to the door too. Do you have a peephole at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
Get a steel plate, cut a hole in it, take the peephole off, stick that to the steel plate, and then
Put the peephole back in there.
yeah.
People is your faster.
Yeah, those are metal and they're
That's
pretty
not a bad
solid,
idea.
and they come out with a cordage generally.
And then I could just save the old people and replace it when it's time to go.
Well, you wouldn't
Just
even
put it
have
back.
to, just put it back in, because there's a pretty lengthy thread on those,
Mhm.
so that they can accommodate thicknesses of doors.
Okay. Okay. I got it.
Yeah, use the peephole as a big bolt, the carriage bolt.
So just like something there that has
Mhm.
where I could put the peephole back through.
Mhm.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not gonna be like a stainless steel anchor bolt or anything.
It doesn't really need to be, as long as it's hard to get off and people won't.
Well, they won't even attempt it if it looks like it's secure.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about those hooks that you put on and you stick them and they won't come off unless you yank the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about those, but it's kind of the same problem as magnets. It's too easy to take them off.
And yeah, as long as they don't see that there's a tag that you can pull off, they may not figure it out. Yeah.
These things do hold surprisingly well.
I mean, it's got, you know, screw holes, but I don't really want to do that to the door, because I'm not real sure if we ever move. I'm not real sure how to cover the holes back up. I can cover holes up with drywall and other
So how long do the
plaster and
batteries
stuff.
last is the next question.
It says, the batteries will last, if it doesn't get triggered often, they'll last a good long time, but if you've got a lot of trigger events, of course,
You got people up in the hall.
not that kind of apartment, but we're up on the top floor.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm thinking only me and my neighbor and maybe the pizza should ever be up there. But
It's also got a tamper switch. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They put a little conductive pad on the back, and there are two
Oh, yeah.
pads there.
so if somebody tries
If
to rip
somebody
it off,
takes it, you get 6 more pictures.
of them running off with it.
Yeah, this is what the
It's
inside
in
of
the
their hand
pocket.
looks like.
This is, it's in my pocket.
6 more blurry pictures.
Should be.
That's my biggest issue with it really is the blurry pictures. I mean, of course, it's not mounted either. It's already been sitting on my desk and I've only been playing with it on the desk. But
I assume you've tried it without the plastic on it.
yes,
Okay.
I just put the plastic back on it just because.
Well, if you do put that up with the peephole, you might consider putting the easy release, not with a tab that pulls down, but with it on the upside, so that it wouldn't be visible.
I've got some metal, if you want to do that, and it's relatively thick.
Okay,
You could put some screws through it and thread it into the sheet metal,
yeah, and
and then
then
just grind them off on the back so that they don't scratch up the door. But yeah, I got plenty of sheet metal.
Yes,
we'll try.
And so
I'm surprised that the metal door doesn't block the Wi-Fi.
Honestly, Art, I haven't tried it outside yet, so I don't think it's going to block it. Especially since I think that it's actually paired to this thing, not paired to the Wi-Fi.
no, it's paired to the Wi-Fi. ABGN or BGN, not it.
I think when this is, it paired to this thing via
Yeah,
Bluetooth.
I've run into that before. Oh, Bluetooth? Oh,
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah, this is paired to the Wi-Fi.
yeah.
Not so sure.
Really?
My garage
Are you
door is
sure?
like that, seriously.
I mean, easy to find out, plug it in and look on your router to see if it's got an IP address.
When I paired it, when it walked me through the pairing process, it had me pair this to the Wi-Fi first, and then it went off and found that. So I'm
Cool.
not sure that, and it also says to make sure that these two are within about 30 feet of each other, which says Bluetooth.
Oh,
to me.
yeah, that's Bluetooth, yeah.
Which says Bluetooth to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. They could just be doing something.
Yeah.
Thinking you increase your range, you have your Wi-Fi range plus your Bluetooth range. So,
And my garage door is the same as that. It's the garage door and the device on it is to check the tilt. And then it has another little box like that that plugs in. First, you got to match it to this, and that talks to the Wi-Fi. Jeez.
It does have something that I unhooked the battery out of that, and this alerted. So maybe that was the theft sensor.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it did. It pretty much, and I think I got a message on the app.
Yeah,
That-
somebody just stole your camera.
Actually, I think it said motion detected. I'm like, yeah, well, duh. It's supposedly when the batteries go low, it's supposed to
Chirp or something.
chirp and send a message so that it's time to replace the batteries.
That's cool. Where'd
What?
you get that?
Found it at the flea market.
Which flea market?
Pirates. Cove? No,
Okay.
Pirate. What is that?
East or west of the interstate.
I know
Monroe
the
side
one.
or the other side.
Monroe side,
That'd be west of the interstate, okay?
at 63.
63. It's
Another one.
Treasure Isle,
Yeah.
Pirates Bay.
No.
No, not that one. He
the
was in
park-
the main
parking-
aisle. And he had a bunch of stuff, just stuff,
Mhm.
and I saw it sitting there. He actually had a Nest camera there, and I picked it up, and it was a nice looking camera. He wanted $65 for it, which sounded reasonable until I read that you had to plug it in somehow. You actually had to have a doorbell there, disconnect your doorbell to get power to it.
Okay,
And I'm like, no, that won't work. So I saw this one sitting there. I'm like, oh, batteries. Let's give that a shot, because
It was in the store or in the parking lot?
no, he was in the main aisle. In the main aisle. $20.
In the barn, in the covered area?
No,
Okay.
no. I figured I'd take a chance, even though nobody has ever heard of kangaroo.
They had some super cheap ones in Micro Center like a month ago. I'm gonna know what that's all about.
there's a project for one of the ones that they sell at Micro Center. The version 2, you can play with and get it to do facial recognition and teach it to recognize a couple different faces. I wanted to take one of those and put it inside my door.
Yeah, I was, when I saw this one and how cheap it is, quote unquote, I was thinking maybe it was an ESP32 in there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's in there. Not sure what they're using.
It astounds me that they can make a camera and an
So
RF
sometimes are
transceiver,
discontinued products or something.
Yeah,
all of
They
that,
drop a lot in price.
and sell it for $20.
$20.
I bought it.
I have a feeling it was $20 because he'd never heard of kangaroo either. So
I bought a 64 gig thumb drive at Micro Center. And all I could think while I was buying that was how much I paid for my first 1 gig hard drive. $685.
Yeah, the 64 gig SIM card or
Micro SD, $6.
micro SDs are like $7 now. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was Gordon's law, I think that talked about the cost of like processors going down by half and
Oh, yeah.
speed going up. And by comparison, they said if that was a closet of cars, it'd be like a half a penny for a car that get 1,000,000 miles per gallon. Yeah, I mean, you look back with buyer's regret after 20 years of how much you spent on computer parts.
The first hard drive that I paid for was a Hayes smart card with a 20 megabyte drive. That thing was hilarious. It would spin up.
I think-
It'd go way over speed. I never did figure that one out, and then settle back down. And that thing was almost $1,000 for 20 megabytes.
20 megs.
I still have it.
Wow.
If I could find an 8-bit computer to put it in, I'll bet the damn thing would still work.
Yeah.
The tracks are this wide on it. I mean,
You can read the bits with your naked eye.
paint it with that magnetic ferro paint. Just, oh yeah, there we go.
I think the first real IBM compatible I had a 20 meg drive
Yeah,
And
those things were popular.
in it. And it was huge for the time. It was a big drive. It was-
Yeah, like 60 floppies worth of space.
And I said,
We never fill that up.
I went, wow, and I can use compression on the drive. Wow, I got almost 35 megs of space.
My compact luggable, I think I bought a hard drive on a card. And I think it was only 5. It wasn't very.
5 megabyte
Yeah.
or 500?
No,
On the luggable, yeah.
it was small.
Yeah.
You said yours was 20, I'm thinking mine was.
Well,
Mine was an old Zenith 8088 or 8086.
Mhm.
It was an old white machine laptop with the blue. It wasn't color or anything,
Yeah.
and it was expensive.
mhm. I had one of the levels too, yeah, with the amber monitor. I love that thing.
The red amber or the amber amber?
It was amber. It was a early compact
Yeah, I
thing,
was-
weighed
I was-
45 pounds.
I screwed up. I was at a garage sale 2 years ago, and a lady had a compact luggable there.
Oh, really?
Didn't have any idea what it was or what to do with it,
Mm.
and I walked away from it. And I kick myself every day for that.
For a short,
She said, nobody's looked at it, just make me an offer on it now. And I kick myself
where would I
every
put
day.
that?
Yeah, well, that was the thing at the time. It was, what would I do with another old
They were
computer?
way-
All right, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, for a while there was. a
Oh, Art's
piece-
already gone.
Hi, Art. Oh.
I'm not gone.
Oh,
No.
well, it looked like you were gone.
I'm gone.
Grand Poobah is gone.
Okay, well, it's time to go anyway.
Take care.
We'll see you later.
See you next week.
Stay away for the spill oil.
Yeah.